everyone, welcome. We're doing another interactive webinar today. I'm Colin from Aelius LED, VP of Sales. We're gonna do a bit of a show and tell today. We've got some new products that we're launching for 2026, and so yeah, we'd just like to go over some of the details and set each one of them up, and just kind of give you a bit of a hands-on on all these new exciting products. This is an interactive webinar, so feel free to ask questions as I go through things. Happy to answer anything that you can think of. There's emojis, you can react, and also as you can move things around on the screen to make it just the way you like it. There's a spot to book meetings. That would be with me. And yeah, let's dive right in. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the long-awaited under canopy fixture. It's a 120 watt fixture, and I just kind of wanted to show how it comes in the box here. We've got boxes of 2. So they have, it'll also be available in 2 spectrums, our red spectrum, which is the classic, most people know about that already, and then the XR spectrum. You're going to use them for different scenarios. So the XR spectrum is probably going to be the most common for people that have either our red spectrum on the top, or if you have HPS, for example, and want under canopy, it's to kind of offset the heavy red fixtures, so it gives a bit of blue underneath. The red spectrum you would use, say you've got some LEDs that have very little or no red in them, they just use white diodes, then maybe you'd want a red spectrum underneath to kind of help balance out that that overall spectrum that the plant receives. So we these ones they do connect together, so they've got, you know, they've got some nice little clips on the end, and you can also see too they've got these little pins that go into holes on the other side, so that when you connect them together, they're very solid. They lock in tight. Another cool thing, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's 2 PCB boards in here, and they are on an angle, so it's going to spread out that light quite a bit better than if you were to just point them directly up at the plant. So should help spread out your under canopy light, and you know, make it a little easier on the plant, eliminate hot spots, things like that. Another thing, they're a solid full unit, so there's no, it's all polycarbonate, and it's a single piece, so that's really good for preventing water intrusion. Really, I mean, there's gaskets on either end, obviously, but there's no gasket along the side like a lot of tube lights have, where water has potential to get in. So nice and sealed. In the box, obviously you're going to have your power cord. We're not going to charge you extra for your power cords, and you get your stands with them. So I'll put one of these stands together so you can see they're nice and robust. That's how they look in the box here. So come like that. They've got a nice little up sign, so you know what you're doing here. And just kind of spin this guy on, and we're good. I'm gonna throw this one here. I've got a bit of a short tables, so just making it work. And together. Okay. Just want to show you how they connect together and what they look like when they're set up as they would be in your grow. So I'm going to throw this one over here, and then we'll connect these guys together. A simple plug, and then we latch it in on both sides, and it kind of sits there pretty nice. It's very stable. you know, we wanted to go with something with 4 feet instead of 3, so it's stable no matter which way you hit it, if you happen to bang into it while it's set up. All right, let's plug this guy in. All right. So, yeah, sure. So they are dimmable as well. Of course, all of our fixtures are dimmable except the 20-watt tube lights. So, you know, this is nice and low, but they do get bright. There's going to be lots of light there to help boost your yields with your under canopy. So, yeah, I think that's about everything. Oh, one more thing about these fixtures. They also do have these holes on the ends, so you can hang them for inter-canopy use as well. I know some places, especially for rebates, these there are rebates for inter-canopy and not necessarily under canopy. So this is kind of a bit of a workaround to be able to qualify for some of those rebates in those places. One more thing about these fixtures is they're DLC certified and ETL certified. So they're safe to use, and they've been tested to confirm that the specs that we claim are true. You know, they are pretty affordable. They come in a box of 2. For that box of 2, you get the 2 fixtures, 4 stands, any cabling you need, and they're, you know, they retail at $522 Canadian, but they can obviously go down with quantity discounts. Obviously, they're daisy chainable, 10 fixtures at 120 volt and 20 at 240. Okay, so let's get this one going. Yeah, we'll turn it off, unplug it, and unlatch it here. Give it a little wiggle. Oh, are we connected here still? Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's that off. Perfect. Okay, next fixture. So this is our Matrix 650F. It's you know, it's our classic matrix housing. We've been using this housing basically since the beginning. A couple of years ago, we started going to folding housings, which helps on shipping quite a bit. Fixture mounted driver, it's 650 watts, 100 to 277 volts. And it's in a CX spectrum, which is basically just a classic spectrum. It's mostly white light. It's got some 660 in there. It's a very good universal fixture, and we tried to make it, you know, a bit more affordable than some of the really high output LEDs, but it's still more than enough light for you to flower. I better plug it in for you, eh? Let's see. So, yeah, as you can see, nice white light. Can always show you the spectrum here with the spectrometer. And there we go. It's thinking. There we go. So, just like on the spec sheet there, it's you know, lots of orange, yellow light with that 660 added. So it's nice, warm white light, very versatile, and yeah, should work well for a lot of customers. I think we can move on to the next fixture. So I'll get Travis to come and help me out. We'll take this one down. Oh yeah. Here, I'll hold that. Yep. Pull that out. Right there. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. The next fixture, it's one of my favorites. This is the Matrix 320 Lite. So this, another fixture in our Matrix lineup, which is obviously a multi-bar style fixture. This one is extremely versatile. It comes in two spectrums. Our classic red spectrum, which everyone's kind of come to know and love, and an XR spectrum. And that XR spectrum has blue diodes in it as well. So it's great for vegetative growth. And then the red is obviously an excellent flowering fixture. One cool thing about these, and why I say they're versatile, is they connect together. So in the hardware bag, you get these thumb screws, right? And they can literally connect and turn into one fixture. So this is it's really mostly useful for vertical racking applications, right? You like however long your rack is, you connect these together and get uniform lighting that way. There's no spacing. It makes it easy to mount because they're lightweight. You just hang the 2 points, then connect the next one, hang those, screw them together. They do plug in, like they come with these little whips. They'll plug in here and they just string together. It's a very nice, clean install. They've got built-in drivers. They're low voltage only, 100 to 277. So it's good for most applications. If you need high voltage, it's possible to do that, but that would be with an external driver. The other good thing that these can do is they can be hung individually. Say you've got a 6 foot wide table. You always get a hot spot in the middle of a light, right? So with a 6 foot wide table, or even a 5 foot wide table, you spread these out a little bit, and that helps eliminate the hot spot in the center and allows you to get light further to the outside without adding crazy amounts of wattage or needing lots of ceiling height. So I've got the two spectrums here. Each one of these is its own spectrum. So we'll hang these up individually. I can't just, with this bar we have here, we can't hang them up connected together, but we'll still set them up, show you what they look like when they're on, and yeah. You want this end? Okay. No, you're gonna need that end. Yeah, I'll slide it down. Okay. Just gonna lift this one a bit. All right. Here. Are they gonna fit? Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay. I can set it on itself like that. Plug that in there. Plug this in here. And, oh, sorry, everybody. Just wasn't lining up. There we go. Okay, so they have dimmers built onto the sides, but they are able to be controlled with a controller. Let's see if I can tip these up a bit. Can you see the different spectrums? Here, we'll do a little bit more there. There you go. So you've got red spectrum here, XR spectrum here. They're both white light, but the red obviously has a bit more red diodes plus the 730 far red. Now, we've run some trials with the red spectrum in this in sea container grows, and they've done extremely well. They are high efficiency as well, yeah, in this particular grow, they're retrofitting from HPS, and they got better yield, higher THC, better terpenes, all with the red spectrum. That's just what the red spectrum does, to be honest. One other really cool trick with these fixtures is the rebates, and that's one of the main attractors to this. Because it's a 320-watt fixture, we can do two in the place of one higher wattage fixture, but there are a lot of places where the rebates you get are based on the number of fixtures. So you get X amount per fixture. So this allows us to do double the rebates in some locations for the same amount of total wattage, which is definitely a huge advantage. I'll take this spectrometer under here, show you the red. There you go. And then we've got our XR right there. So, you know, one great for flower, one great for veg and veggies as well. We have one customer already using the XR spectrum in vertical rack setting for all kinds of leafy greens. Also, I mean, you can see the price there as well, but it is quite an affordable fixture. And obviously you can get down pretty low on the bulk discounts. I think that's good for this fixture. So we're gonna do a little change over here. I'm gonna unplug it. Okay, got that. Here we go. Okay, so just wait for Travis to put those away. Oh, here, yep.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Next up, we're going to go into our new greenhouse lineup. So the first one is the little guy, the 320G. So this one is similar to our previous Aelius 300, similar in wattage and form factor, and that's about all. You can see we have nice heavy-duty heat sinks on there. We've got glass lens, tempered glass, obviously. And, you know, it's a fairly lightweight, pretty compact setup. And it's a great fixture for greenhouses, for crops that need a little bit less light than those high-power fixtures. So I'm just going to get this hung up. Yes, yes, things like floriculture and leafy greens, things like that. It's great supplemental light. So we'll get this hung up. Can you slide that over? And the brackets on here are good for hanging with the included hanging ropes, and they also are good for mounting onto 2-inch unistrut that's pretty standard in the industry. Yeah, this particular model is in the XB spectrum, which is a good blue heavy supplemental spectrum, or a good spectrum for leafy greens if it's not supplemental. You can see it here. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Lots of white light in the middle with blue heavy spike. It still has some 660 diodes, but it is a lot of white diodes in there. It's also available in the red spectrum, and you know, similar situation. You all know that spectrum. Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly high efficacy, especially the red spectrum is above 3. Yeah, it's a great greenhouse supplemental, even just, it's pretty versatile anyway. I think that's about all we have on that one. All right. So we're going to move on to basically his bigger brother and sister, I guess. So we'll go to this one. This is a 420G, but the 600G is also the same exact housing. It just has a different wattage driver on it. So the 420G is a special order item. 600G is kind of the standard, but the 420 is a good replacement for 600 watt HPS fixtures because they have the same amount of light output for 30% less power. Now, I'm going to pull the brackets out here. So similar to that 320G, you're going to have the option to mount with hanging ropes or over unistrut. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I can, before I hang it up, the bars are the same size as the 320. There's just two of them side by side, right? Still tempered glass, big heat sinks. But the cool thing about the 420, 600, and 830G, we'll get to the 830 in a second, is this. I'm not sure how visible that is on the camera, but you can loosen those thumb screws and the bars angle out. So you can get a wider spread out of this small fixture than you normally would on a fixture that's pointing straight down. It allows you to kind of fine tune the light spread that you get and the density based on your pattern. So we're definitely pretty excited about that. I think that's a bit of a, I don't want to say game changer necessarily, but I think it's a very important factor to be able to keep those hot spots away from underneath the light and let that spread out a lot further. Because especially in a greenhouse setting, these are high up. You want the light to go as far as you can. They're typically like 12 by 16 foot type of pattern. So you want this little fixture to do as much as it can. And that's how we kind of do that. So we're going to just hang this up, plug it in, of course. And this is, like the 320G, available in XB and red spectrums. Plug it in here. This is also available in high voltage and low voltage. This particular one's in the red spectrum, and it's a high voltage one right now. But they all look the same. It's just a different driver on top. Throw that under there just to give you, yeah. Same old red spectrum, but why fix something that isn't broken? 3.0 efficacy, and like I said, it's a good replacement for a 600 watt HPS fixture. All right, so let's move on. We'll straighten that out. Oh, you can see a little bit when, I don't know if you can see that on the back there, when you tilt the bar, it does make quite a difference on how far that light goes. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one. Excuse me a moment. We'll go straight into this. Now this is the 830. It's the same kind of setup, but we have an extra bar here in the middle, right? So the extra bar is stationary, and then these ones, screws on this side, and these ones can tilt away. It's a little bit longer, so you can get a nice widespread, and in situations where you need lots more light, this will do it very well. Similar to the other two greenhouse, this is available in high voltage or low voltage. A lot of greenhouses are 347 volt, right? So we want to make sure that's available. And it's available in the XB spectrum and the red spectrum. Plug this one in too. This one's going to be the bright one. So this is the XB spectrum, just like that 320 was. Very white, light blue light. And then again, you can see the tilting. And yeah, that's about it. It's again same efficacies as the other two greenhouse. All the spectrums are going to be about the same efficacy. They've got the same diode like percentages, and yeah. So this one runs for 932 to 1130, and yeah, it's definitely a great option for those higher light intensity crops and for supplemental lighting in greenhouses. Yeah, that's everything we've got right now. Obviously, we have other fixtures available. This is what's new. What I showed you today is what's new in 2026. But you know, we've got lots of other options for you. If you ever need to reach out, there's a link down below to book a meeting with me, and you know, please always remember to sign up for our newsletters. We've got SMS newsletter as well, and that'll let you stay in the loop of what's going on around here. I think that's everything here. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll catch you next time.